Hey, welcome to another episode of the Flow TV. This episode is going to be called You Got It. And the reason why I'm saying you got it because you already have what you need. Last week, God was giving me this word because I was looking for something or feeling a need for something. And He was already showing me that He had already given it to me. He was showing me that in the Bible, He gave all His servants these tangible physical items, and they were able to carry on with forth in the will that He called them to do. Sometimes your will come second nature to you, but sometimes it's like opening up a present or a gift. It's like you're trying to figure it out, and you're like, well, what do I need, what do I do? And God is saying, I've already given it to you, I've already supplied that to you. And He's showing you that in the process, he's already created he's already created something for you. So I want to talk to you guys about that, how God can open up your gift with you, for you. Like He will be there with you in the process and teach you how to proceed forward with the gift in which He's instilled in you. Oftentimes we think that, there's something spectacular that's supposed to happen, but sometimes it's just a matter of hitting record. Sometimes it's just a matter of saying something. Walking into prophecy, at first you go to church and you open up to God, you get saved, and you start meeting other Christians, and then you're like, you hear God's voice, and then He tells you to do something, and you're questioning whether or not He told you to do it or what they're going to say when you do it. So I want to talk about that because you got it. You have what you need. And that's what God was showing me. Like, even with Moses and his staff, like, he had to carry these people. Like, He was showing them in through the thickness, through the fire, through the cloud. As soon as he got to the sea, he already had the staff. He already had what he needed in his hand. God had already supplied his need. So in the seasons and the moments where you're looking around and you're looking for God to do something, or you're looking for God to supply something, He's already given it to you. He's already shown you. Even in the moment where the widow was like needing some money and she had the bottles in her house, sometimes we walk past those things that we think are so small, but they make a big value in our lives. A lot of men have done that to their wives. They've devalued their wives to the point where they don't see that that's the pivotal point in their careers or their lives. They don't see that she is the one that will hold the torch to get them forward if you stop minimizing her. So sometimes what you need is already with you. You don't have to go search for anything else. It's already there, and He's already supplied your need. Maybe the tool or utensil that He supplied, you think so little of it, and you don't see that there's great value in it. And they showed that oftentimes in the Bible. Even the woman with the issue of blood, is just a touch. And we think it's, the crowds are running up on him, he has to say something great. It's already there. Just reach out and touch. Jesus is already there. All you have to do is like notice it, walk in the wheel, go forward in it. It's only a touch. So I just want to show you guys that, because some of this stuff comes second nature and you just walk in it. A lot of people can step out on stage and just dance or just sing or just, preach or do whatever with their gifts. But there are some people that will go weeks in tormenting themselves and, criticizing of themselves because they don't know they already have what they need. So I just want to say that to you guys that are like questioning yourselves or questioning what God has done in your life for you. He has made such a strong value in my life. Is just a matter of me saying it. It's just a matter of me doing it. Because at first I was scared to say something because I was scared to what I would be if I would be received. I was scared if someone would do something back because I said something. Now God can say it, and sometimes it just blurts out. But because that was what I walked in before I was a Christian, I would just blurt out stuff. I would just say stuff, and now He's using that for the kingdom, which is super cool. I love it. And there are some people that will receive you, and some people won't. But He has given you a will to walk in. Why not walk in it? You only get one life to live. You might get multiple gifts in that life as you open up and you continuously open up. Some people get one gift for Christmas. Some people get a ton, and God will open them up each year for you. And you'll see the goodness of God, as you'll be able to taste the Lord and see that he's good. You know, you read these Bible verses and you're like, what does that mean? Or you just skim past it. But when it really becomes a moment in your life and you actually see it, you begin to see, like, I got it. I got what they said. You have like this aha moment of like a God moment where you see that God has actually turned your life around for the good. He has changed those things that were bad in your life for the good, and shown you and opened up to you a gift that you didn't think you could receive. Because you know what, in the beginning when I was making these videos and he was like, just press record, I had did this one video where I was talking about slavery, and he was telling me about opening up these treasures, because we will be so caught in the mere fact of slavery, we won't be caught up in the fact of what was going on during that time, because a lot of stuff had happened. So even when I was talking about it, I was like, there's a treasure and there's a light in the box. You know, even in those bad moments, there's something good that comes from them. You know, even with me going mentally ill, there was like this relationship with God that will never change in my life. I will continue to worship him. I will continue to speak his word to whomever will listen, and I will continue to say it, and I will continue to do it regardless of the matter. You get what I'm saying? Like, despite what's going on around me, despite what's happening in my life, I already got it. You know, even in that moment with David, he didn't know he was a king. He was tending to the sheep. So when he's tending to the sheep, he's protecting them. He's using those rocks to tend to the sheep. In that moment, that was his will. In that moment, that was his process. You know, when we go through the process, we don't know that in the future, those things that we learn in the process of our will are those things that we'll need in the future when we actually are walking in it. So here he is at the kingdom, and they're trying to give him all this gear and all this armor, and he's like, no, 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 I have my rocks. And they all looking at him crazy, like, what you gonna do with that? You seen the man, he big. So I'm just letting y'all know, like, that thing that you need, you already got it. You know, maybe some people will discredit it. You know, they like, here's the armor, everybody wear this. I mean, if you're gonna go fight him, you might as well take this. And it's like, no, I got my rocks. And that's what it did. His stones actually killed the Philistine. So I'm just letting y'all know, like, you have it. It's already with you. If God sent you to do it, he supplied the need. He will supply it to you. As long as you may remain in prayer and supplication, you'll begin to see that that will is working for you. So that's ultimately all I wanted to say to you guys today. Not a big fan. You got it. You already have what you need. Much love. Be blessed. God's love.